Hey guys, it's AMG here, and I just got to get into this. This episode of Mob Psycho, Season 2, Episode 8, titled Even Then, Continue Forward. Dude, dude, this episode was crazy. Okay, the beginning of this episode I thought was just some kind of, kind of fluffy piece of the episode, kind of just like filler, but it wasn't really filler because Mob Psycho is kind of like a shonen type comedy, and then it has action and everything else in it. So Mob is kind of like all over the place, but it's a really good show. Him trying to change himself and changing so much without anybody noticing really, because he keeps to himself, like him trying to run in the marathon, and then he was like, I'm trying to train, so if I get 10th place or above, he's gonna tell Tatsumi that he likes her. And I'm like, yo, wait, Mom was saying stuff like that? Everybody's reaction, Dibble and everybody's reaction was just like, whoa. And then him just going to everybody trying to ask them advice. And they're just like, well, you should do this. Well, you should do this. Maybe you should get new shoes. Maybe you should work out and everything. And he starts working hard. And when Dimple tells Reagan about this, Reagan's like, yo, Mob, you can take some time off, because Reagan's in his mind, he's like, he's never even gave any inclination that he been this type, that he changed this much, or he was even trying to do this. I need to support him. That Reagan even started working out with him so he can get it. And there's some character development there too with Reagan as well, because we know from the last episode with him, getting super famous and everybody thinking he was a fraud, he decided at that point that he was going to be there for Mob more and listen to his needs and stuff. And Reagan has, been around and paid attention to Mob all the time anyway, but it's more so, it's like double for now. And him just working so hard, and all his friends and his brother Ritsui and everybody just giving him support, and doing, even his parents, his dad took the time off of work and his mom came so they can see him run, and he's working so hard. And even Tatsumi was there watching him, and I think she was gonna say, Mob, you can do it, but she seen him working so hard that she actually thought he could, so she didn't say it. And I'm just like, yo, did you see, the character growth in him is, oh man, I love this show, man. I cannot tell you guys how much. And just him working so hard. And I guess he finished the race, but he ended up passing out. So we didn't get to find out what place he got. But I think he was so proud in himself for doing so well, because he came in 291st place last year out of 300 students. This dude, when Reagan caught up to him in the episode, was at 74th place. Like, that's wild jump. That's a wild jump. He was working real hard, and he only did what was like a week or 2 weeks, I think. Just think if he exercised more and tried that hard like a year round, Mob would be, whoa, he would be scary. And I bet you if he was flexing his muscles, I bet you he would get more control of his power too. He would just understand his body more or something like that. That's how it usually goes in like animes and stuff like that. But can we get to the part where Mob's professor's like, yo, you've been working real hard. I see the growth in you. You used to be so bland and everything, but now you're so bright. You're getting brighter like every day pretty much. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, Mob doesn't notice that he's changing, but everybody else can see it because it's so dramatic. And I'm loving that. And just Mob just walking home, and somebody rings the doorbell. And it is that dude who beat that old man who looked like a crybaby from the 7th division. And that dude was super powerful. His name is Sho. Now, he's at their front door. Ritsu opens the door and is like, what are you doing here? How did you even find this place? What are you doing here? And he said, I told you I would come and find you and see you later. And then Ritsu's mom comes and asks, who's at the door? Is that one of your friends? And shows like, oh, that's why you're acting like that. Your parents are home. Of course you wouldn't want them to see me. And then he has this creepy, scary look on his face. And Richie's like, oh crap. And then we see go back to Mob, and he's walking home, just chilling. And Dimple's with him, and they're just talking. And they see a fire in the distance. And Dimple's like, I think that's where, basically saying, that's your house. We pan over to his house, and it's on fire. Like on fire, blazing. And everybody's just sitting there looking, standing there, just watching the fire burn. And Mob walks up, and some lady's like, you're one of the boys, the Kageyama boys. Oh, glad you're safe. And Mob starts walking towards the fire inside the house. And everybody's like, no, stop him, please. He walks in the house, nobody touching. The fire doesn't touch him because we already know he's an Esper. And he walks in, and he's like, my dad was home. He's a good guy. Sometimes he's strict, but he's strong and very reliable. And he even took off work to see me running the race. He said, my mom's here, and she's helpful, and she's always there for me. And he goes through the whole house. Can't see anybody. He said, I can't see anybody. They must not have been home. They must have got out. Dimple's like, I seen a forced way for some force trying to get in. So somebody tried to fight their way in. And Mob goes up to 91. Then he walks around. He's just going crazy, just worried. He's like, I got to find clues. I got to find evidence. He goes up to 96. Then Mob goes, I think it's in the bathroom. He opens the door and he sees bodies burning alive. They're crispy burned by now. And it's 3 people, which we assume is his family. Mob goes crazy. He doesn't go to 100. This goes, we might as well say he went to 1 billion. Because he went crazy. The explosion that happened was ridiculously wild. And then he looks so scary. Man, I promise you, I don't think that dude knows what he did, because oh my God, Mob is about to go off. I'm telling y'all this right now. He's about to go off. I cannot wait for episode 9, season 2, bro. Cause my God. Anyway, that's all I have to say, man. You guys gotta watch it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and anime, manga, and gaming is all that. And I'm out.